Valentine's Day, everyone, and thanks for tuning in. Welcome to the HBCU Sports Crossover Show presented by Tampax. Up to 100% leak-free protection. I'm Jasmine McCoy, he's Tali Carr, and we're in our Atlanta studios bringing you the best stories in sports, entertainment, and culture from around our HBCUs. Tali, I hope you had a great Valentine's Day.
I did. I took the lovely Mrs. Carr out for a little date night, so I'm a little broker and a lot happier. So, yeah, kudos.
Well, you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. There you go. We'll get you back out to Charlotte for the men's game at the bottom of the hour. But for now, it's time for some more exciting news from our HBCU aquatic community. Recently, Xavier University became the first HBCU in the nation to offer a co-ed varsity rowing program. As you may or may not know, Howard University made history in the fall of 1962 when they added rowing, creating the first all-black rowing team with official university backing. But that team was exclusively male. This fall, Xavier will make history of its own with the first HBCU co-ed rowing team. We spoke with members of the team and their coaches about their journey and what this program means to the black rowing community.
Very, very nice. Hold on port. Everyone on port hold.
What sparked my interest was that Coach Beth came in and was like, I want to start a rowing team. And nobody really wanted to do it. So I was like, oh, it would be cool.
My mom saw the flyer and she called me and she said, hey, I think you should do this. And I said, why? And she said, well, because you are bored. You don't have any other sports that you normally compete in. So this would be something different for you to try.
I didn't know if I had the, capacity to do this and do justice to what they deserved. And I'd been talking about it. One of my students said, Dr. Manley, are you gonna do this? Or are you gonna just keep talking about it? And so I was like, a lot of the best things happen when you just do it, even though you're not ready. And we had an interest meeting and like 20 kids showed up.
Some people won't have the leap of faith, start a team and be the first people to learn something that you've never learned before. But, we've done it and we are continuing to do it and people are coming out to learn.
It changes the landscape for our sports at HBCUs and adds this new opportunity for students, but it also completely changes the landscape for rowing in general and makes a pretty loud statement about changing the way in which the sport is viewed and making it more open and accessible and providing models for African American rowers in middle school and high school to give them this option of being able to go to an HBCU and continue rowing, which was something that they couldn't do before.
And even if they weren't sure of how to go about it, they knew about the possibility. And I think that that's so important, especially for Black people. We live in this space where we're always surviving. We're always, moving through spaces on the defensive, right? We don't really just say, oh, I can go do this over here, because our being Black puts you in the defensive. We have to ease through spaces. This was really one of those opportunities where, everybody Black was just like, yeah, and we're everybody Black, and this is happening, and we all kind of just jumped on board. The bonus is we're building something that's sustainable.
We just went on a Waco trip, a rowing trip over winter break, and I think it was really a cool experience. We were able to do way more meters than we normally do, so when we're able to have the opportunity to do it, we did it, and it was like, oh my gosh, we're kind of, now we're like a rowing team.
After this experience in Texas this past January, our bonding as a team increased. We kind of had to break down to build, and we were out there in 29-degree weather, and that's uncomfortable for anybody, but we found solace in each other, and we found deep strength that I don't think any of us knew that we had.
You learn those little things about working about a team, accountability, responsibility, and I think that's a big part of sort of the next steps as you move forward is learning how to do that and to operate as and act like a team. It's exciting to see that kind of fire building inside of them and really kind of want to strive for more.
I would describe the team as the black lotus that bloomed. You would never expect that. Some of us has been rowing for a year or a few days ago. So it's just like seeing everyone come together and like strive together is very incredible.
XU, row! When he spoke with us, David mentioned the pride the members of the Howard team still have in their shared experience. As for the future of the sport, everyone uses the word sustainable. Hopefully, this is just the start of something big. We're just getting started here, and when we come back, we're going to check Tolly's pulse on all big HBCU sports news. We'll break it all down next on the HBCU Go Sports Crossover Show presented by Tampax.
This Black History Month, we honor the rich legacy of historically black colleges and universities, a foundation of excellence, empowerment, and progress. HBCUs have produced leaders, innovators, and change makers who continue to shape our world. At HBCU Go, we celebrate the culture, achievements, and history that inspire generations. Join us as we uplift the voices, stories, and triumphs of black excellence, past, present, and future.
Welcome back to our HBCU Go studios in Atlanta, where we are honoring Black History Month and celebrating Black excellence, not just in February, but all season long. Now it's time to check the pulse with Tolly and discuss the latest HBCU sports news. This week, we kick it off with our first midseason transfer portal alert. North Carolina A&T guard Landon Glasper, the team's second leading scorer, has hit the transfer portal. Tolly, just how big of a blow is this for the Aggies?
All right, look, great shooter, great scorer, but we got to give you some context here. He was already suspended a few weeks ago. North Carolina A&T suspended a couple of players. Two of their leading scorers did not explain what the suspension was about, so it's really no surprise that he's looking for a new home because something that we're not aware of happened there in North Carolina A&T. So he was going to be missed this year, it seems already, but now moving forward, he won't be a part of the program with Monty Ross there at A&T.
And it's not very common that you see that kind of news happen mid-season when there's still some ball game left to go. But next up, let's talk some Division II HBCU football news. Tuskegee University announced it will renew its rivalry with Winston-Salem State University this fall. The Red Tails Classic kicking off August 31st. Tolly, I know you're loving this.
Oh, I love your black and your red. You are just giving off, Valentine's and Winston-Salem State vibes today. Look, these two teams used to play a lot, go backwards about 25 years ago. Not quite ancient history, a little Gen X history, if you will. Back in this thing we had called the Pioneer Bowl. It was here in Georgia at the old Georgia Dome here in Atlanta. And it was the champions of the SIAC taking on the champions of the CIAA. And as it turned out, just about every year during the life of the Pioneer Bowl, it was Tuskegee and Winston-Salem State. So there's some history there, and it's good that they're going to revive it on a different platform with the Red Tails Classic, but that's been a good classic to start the season early on with Tuskegee. Good to see Winston-Salem State in there.
Yeah, and Tolly, we got to talk about the Super Bowl, but not just about Philly and what they did to the Kansas City Chiefs. There was also some big news about one of our great HBCU bands. The Southern University Human Jukebox received matching $25,000 donations from Uncle Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, and Chad Johnson.
Ching-a-ling, ching-a-ling, ocho cinco, and Shannon putting it into the pot. Both have different HBCU connections. Shannon Sharp is a grad of Savannah State, but Chad Johnson has always been kind of tied closely, geographically and culturally to FAMU. So there's that there. But a great weekend for the Jukebox. Not only did they get that international exposure performing there before the Super Bowl, but they collected a few coins on the road and fundraising. That's what it's all about.
It is all about. We've got plenty more HBCU basketball to break down, and when we come back, Tolly will tell us just what to watch for in the week ahead. Stay with us on the HBCU Go Sports Crossover Show presented by Tampax, up to 100% leak-free protection.
LeBron James once said, and I quote, "I hope people will recognize me not only for the way I approach the game of basketball, but the way I approach life as an African-American man." LeBron's words tell us a lot about his vision. He doesn't just want to be remembered for his greatness on the court, He wants to be known for how he's used his platform to elevate the lives of others, especially young African Americans. Michael Jordan's on-court brilliance made him a global icon, but it was his business savvy that set him apart.
Michael Jordan wearing the original Air Jordans that he wore the first time he played at Madison Square Garden back in 1984.
In 1984, Jordan signed with Nike, launching the Air Jordan brand, which quickly became more than just a line of sneakers. It became a cultural movement. No one had ever seen an athlete use their image and brand to this magnitude. Jordan wasn't just making money on the court, he was creating a legacy off of it.
Please join us as we continue our celebration of Black History Month and tune in for this great special Black Athletes Who Changed America tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central on The Grio. I'm really looking forward to that airing tomorrow. And this week, we're looking forward to some big-time matchups. Is that right, Tolly?
Man, it's going to be a big Monday. We're going to kick things off on both of our D1 conferences over in the MEAC. We're going to have some cool action. We got Delaware State and Norfolk State. It's going to be a pretty good football season, too. I've heard some coaches that got hired over there. Let's talk about the SWAC. Jackson State, Bethune-Cookman, two of those teams that are in play for that number 2, number 3 spot. That'll be a cool matchup to watch between those two. But one that I'll have my eye on, Jazz, Texas Southern and Southern. Southern is number 1. Texas Southern, again, right there in play, 2, 3 area, and you can never count out the Johnny Jones bunch.
And we saw that Texas Southern team right here on HBCU go a couple weeks ago, and they've got a pretty strong squad.
Yeah, they took care of business against Prairie View A&M, but since then, those 3 games have not gone their way that they've played since they were on our air. But look, close losses, 3 losses by a combined 6 points. Kavion McClain leads the team in scoring, and he's really turned it up over the last 7 games, almost 20 points per game. Look at that, bottom of the screen. 4th NCAA appearance in 5 years is what they're looking for. They win the SWAC, and they win it a lot.
And as for Southern, they've been at the top of our poll for several weeks.
Yeah, they just coming off that big 10-game win streak that was broken by Alabama State on Monday. That was a 1-point loss there. They lead the SWAC in scoring, and they're number 2 in overall defense as well. Now, they have not been to the NCAA tournament in almost a decade, but this could be the year of the Jaguars in the SWAC.
We'll have to check that out. There's been a lot of discussion here, though, in studio and on social media about our weekly poll and our panel of experts. So it's time to show you how they voted personally. Tolly, you're on the spot.
Expert, journalist, whatever you want to call me. I'm standing on business, America. This is how I voted. My top 5 Division I poll. I got FAMU coming in at number 5. They have been pretty hot in the SWAC. They've won 2 in a row. They're 7-4 in conference. Jackson State, you see that 8-16. Don't be fooled. They're 8-3 in the SWAC. They just had a rough out-of-conference schedule. They needed to get that money, y'all. It's like that sometimes.
I get it.
Bethune-Cookman, they are the hottest team in the SWAC right now. They have won 4 in a row. Reggie Theus has that gang rolling. All right, this isn't our SWAC poll. It's our D1 poll. There is some MEAC representation at number 2. Norfolk State, some of our experts voted them number 1 because Southern lost this week. But I took a look at the overall body of work. I said Southern lost by 1 point, okay, to Alabama State. They still have that tough, and by tough, I mean good record. So they keep my vote as number 1. And I hear that I am the vote that took them over the top to maintain number 1. Real, recognize real.
I see it. I see it. Thanks, Tolly. Lots to get excited about, not just this week, but also as the season ramps up to March Madness. They're getting set for tip-off in Charlotte coming up at the bottom of the hour, but we're not done yet. More of the HBCU Go Sports Crossover Show presented by Tampax is coming up next. Stay with us. It gets no better when you're making history during Black History Month, and that's exactly what Morgan Price did, becoming the first HBCU gymnast to score a perfect 10. Congrats to Morgan and the entire Fisk squad.
Man, gymnastics is hard.
It is.
And to get a 10, that says a lot. Way to go, Morgan. Way to go, Fisk.
10 out of 10 would recommend y'all go support those women gymnasts. We already told y'all about Southern at the Super Bowl, but we can't forget about the other big game in Louisiana as the World Fame did its part as well to entertain all of the fans at the HBCU Super Bowl experience in the heart of the Big Easy.
Yeah, a lot of Louisiana flavor, and the world fame was there along with Southern. They're the ops. You know, we got to see them together.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for the HBCU Go crossover show presented by Tampax. We appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much. Enjoy the game.